Everyone, Paul here. Today I'm going to be looking at Infinity Algo. I've made videos about this in the past, but today when I was going back and I was looking at Infinity Algo, I looked at the settings and I noticed there was a setting for ribbons and some other things that I haven't looked at before with Infinity Algo. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be plugging in the ribbons and also it's the signals, which I've covered the signals before, but this video is mainly for just looking at the ribbons from Infinity Algo and seeing if there's a strategy there that can actually help get results. So we're going to be looking at crypto, and we're going to be looking at the stock market, specifically MicroStrategy, and some things you can do to look in the charts if you're looking at the ribbon to see if you can actually get some good results from it. So let's pull up the indicator. Now this is a paid indicator, so I will be putting a link below. Not affiliated with them, but I will put in a link below. It's a paid indicator. If you guys are interested, you guys get your own copy. Okay, first let's look at Bitcoin here. I'm not going to plug in my formula and everything. We're just particularly going to be looking at the Infinity Algo indicator for today. And to get that, once you buy it, it'll show up in your invite only scripts, and you scroll down to Infinity Algo, the first one right there, and we'll load it up. Now if you go here to inputs, you'll see an option down here for visuals. You'll see bands and ribbon. Today, if you check off the ribbon, it'll just look like this. You'll get your buy and sell signals. If it shows up. I don't think I have it turned on. But you have your buy and sell signals. So anyway, if you turn on bands, what's going to happen is, if you turn on bands, you're going to see the movement here. You're going to see sell, or basically you can go by basically the general direction. This looks more neutral to me. Let's see a sign that when it was. Okay, so you got your bands and your sell signals, but I personally don't use the bands. It's a little confusing, so I just put on with ribbons, and we get it like this. The ribbons are a lot more easier to figure out. And what we want to do, let's look at Bitcoin on the hour, what is happening. Now this is after yesterday, with Bitcoin there was a huge push up, as you can see right here. And now it looks like it's going down because there's nothing to hold it up. So Bitcoin looks like it's going down. What we can see right here, and let's just backtrack a little bit here. We're going to look at Bitcoin, then we're going to look at MicroStrategy. But if we turn off the candles, and we can see it better here. So when the line has almost all of it being red or green, whichever one you want, whichever signal you want, when you get all of them starting to turn red, that is an indication that it's going to start going in that direction. So for green, look for green. If it's red, look for red. So what we can see with Bitcoin right here is it started to get weaker right around here, and then right around here you've seen all of them start to turn red. That would have been a good entry to come in for a if you're doing something like MicroStrategy, it'll be a good time to come in MicroStrategy. If you're doing a short, it'll be a good time to come in short, because if we turn on our candles, you'll see from this point right here that's when it starts going down. So that would have been a good short scalp position right there. But let's backtrack and let's look at a couple more times. So we see right here when it's yesterday when it went up. See if it picked it up early on. Now you can notice here there was really no indication. It just this came based off of news, and that's why it went up like that. You know, because it didn't start to get weaker. It just went boom. So that wasn't really a good example. What you want to look for really to get into a position is when you see it happening on one of the lines here, but then right around here when you start seeing all of them turning into that color, that's the time to get in my opinion. So because if we turn on the candles at that moment when it happened, when was that? It was right around here, and right around here is when it picked it up, and that gave you a good entry point right there. That was a price difference of $111. So it really all depends. But to me, this is it's very good at spotting those moments for little scalps. So let's just look at maybe one or two more instances, then we'll go to MicroStrategy. But if we turn off the candles here, so right here in this scenario, I'm going to draw a line. You see the two of them start turning green and then all of them turn green. So right around here would be a good time to get in. Let's draw a line right there. Vertical line. So right around there is a good time to get in. And it even shows you a good exit point because it starts going red. So I would get out right when it starts showing red. So that would be right about here. So the exit point would be right there. We draw that line, and that happens right about here. So let's turn on the candles and see if we were accurate on this position. Okay, so if you came in here and you wrote it out to here, it would have been a $182 difference of price, under 1%. So let's just do this one more time with Bitcoin. Let's turn off the candles. Okay, so we see, now what you want to look for is all of them have to be turning red. Do not wait for, if there's one of them turning red, it could be just a fake out. You want to make sure all of them are red. So what I would do is I would come in right around here, and I'd draw my little line. So from here, and then we'll go all the way down here, we see them start to turn green. So I would get out maybe around here. Right around here. So let's see if that is a profit zone. If I turn on the candles. Okay. So it was from here down to here. So this was a 0.67%. If you did a short, you would have been in profit there. So we did this for Bitcoin. Let's look and see if the same thing works for MicroStrategy, which it follows Bitcoin, so the results should be pretty similar. It shouldn't be as volatile as Bitcoin, but let's just check. Let's do one because this was all because of the whole thing yesterday. So let's look at the previous. So let's look, and we take off the candles real quick. So if you were to come in right here, we see all of them turning red right about here. So we turn in, and I'm on the hour. All the lines are red. We come in here, and right about here is when it all goes green. So you start seeing little moments. So let's turn back on the candles and see if this is a profit zone. If you did a put, came in here, and you wrote it out to here. This is a $10 difference in price in a little over a day. This is about $1,000 if you did a contract for in the money contract. So let's look at. I'm going to do this 2 more times, and we'll see if this is profitable. Turn off the candles. Let's turn off the candles. Let's do this small one right here. Okay, so we see all of them turning green right about here. So let's turn on my line here. Draw a line right there. So that's when we would come in. And you get out right when it starts turning red, which is right about there. So get out right there. Draw my line there. It's right about there. So let's just see if this was a profit zone. So you come in here and you get out about here. This is a $14 difference in price in over a day, in 1 day, 1 hour. So if you did this trade within the money, you would have made $1,457 for that trade. Let's do this one more time. Let's do this to turn off the candles. Let's do this big one right here. Obviously, this is probably a profit zone, but let's draw the line. Right here's when they all turn red. Now I basically would do this I would find zones for a day. I probably wouldn't hold this over for another day because you risk a lot, but I'm just doing this for demonstration purposes, but I usually don't hold it over past a day. I look for signals and then I get in and out, but for everybody else might be different. You see it gets green right about here. And draw our line right here. Okay, so this was our zone. Turn on the candles. If we rode this one out, let's zoom in a little closer. Got in here, we rode this out till down here. This would have been a good week contract, but this was a 6-day period. You had a $58 difference in price. That is a profit. If you did in the money contract, that is a profit of $5,898. So these ribbons actually do help a lot. They help you find those good scalping moments. And we saw that you can use this technique you can use it for futures trading. You can use it for increasing your bag with crypto, doing futures. You can use it for the stock market. So it works really well to find those moments of when to get in and when to get out. So anyway, if you guys want to get the Infinity Algo indicator, I'll put a link below. I'm not affiliated with them, but if you want to pick it up, that's up to you guys. But anyway, if you guys like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys in future videos.